G'day gang, yeah, why not do another video before we have 5 days of rain apparently. Should be good for the seedlings, although a few of them have already dropped off the perch, sad to say. Must have been a little bit rough when I was breaking up the punnet, so probably my fault as much as anything, but that's why you get 8 in a punnet and not 2, because there's always going to be a few survival of the fittest, so to speak. Carrots are in, give them a couple of weeks and we'll see something sprouting out. Today has also been about doing a little bit of artwork for the van. That panel there, I had the same picture painted on the outside of the sliding passenger side window, but the problem was it kept weathering away and I kept touching it up, and in the end it was looking pretty crappy. So this time I've bought a thing. Hang on, I'll just spin this guy around and I'll flick it up. Bear with me, sorry about that. But this is a product, it comes from, no, the sticker's not on the back. It comes from Bunnings. It's called Core Flute. And it's a corrugated plastic, I guess it's plastic, but it's styrofoam, or plastic and styrofoam. And it's a sheet, probably about say $10 for say 1 metre by 900, 3mm, and it works out. I can cut that panel exactly, and this time around I'm going to sit it on the inside of the window so it doesn't weather away. So it should be quite interesting. Although when I put the stencil on for this guy today, the existing black paint that I had along here, it did lift off, even though it was 2 weeks old. The paint I should say was 2 weeks old, and it still lifted off. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there when it presses up against the window. At the worst, I'll just get some black paper and run a strip along where that black border, for want of a better term, is situated. But anyway, as we know, I've mentioned a few times lately, I quite often go scrounging when I have a walk. Just adds to the fun of the day in these times when we're stuck at home. And I just thought I'd share this with you. So what we've got here is we've got a sorting bin. Yeah, we'll call it a sorting bin. Now this stuff here, it's basically what it is. It's an old laundry basket, I'm assuming, and it was on the footpath. Truly, I can't believe the stuff I find that I can use when I go for a walk, and quite often I have to cut my walk short and take my new treasure back home. And it's good to repurpose stuff, but it did look to me like I could use it. And although I did need some mesh, and as a previous video shows, I did order some off the internet, this guy here was pretty well constructed, and I thought, no, look, I don't want to cut into it. But I was also aware that this is only so strong. So I had an existing 1 metre rule up, and what I decided to do was, I had my cheap Bunnings buckets, and it works out. Give us a look, how have I done this? Yeah, you might see here we've got a couple of holes. Got a couple of holes here, and these buckets will go together with just a bolt and a wing nut arrangement, and I'll keep those two together. I might also fashion, this is just an old brace for a gutter, I'm assuming. What I'll do is I'll brace that to shape and just hang that over and get it flush, and that'll type of bring it in together. So we'll stand back, and what we've got is we've got this guy here. Actually, I'll take this off. And we've got this guy here, which you'll see where the 2 buckets join. We've got a cross member, and keeping in mind that they'll have a bolt, probably 2 on each side, with just a wing nut. So you've got a good amount of support there. Then we've got the centre support here, and basically the way I see it is I could have this set up down by the creek. I'm thinking pay dirt when I maybe go up who knows, Castlemaine, Creswick, Scarborough, anywhere I choose really, to Scarborough I think it's called, anywhere I choose. And if I decide to do a pay dirt run, what I'll do is, yeah, I'll take this guy up with me, set up the buckets, and we'll get it going. Now, I did this a while ago. I did another video where I had the sieve arrangement, and that sat inside a bucket, and I had these ceramic magnets that were grabbing the black sands on the way through. To the point, just look, not sure how well you can see that, but there is still black sand on this one. So it does filter it to a degree. Yeah, you can see that, even even with a bit of sun on the lens, you can see that each of these magnets has done its job. I guess, look, where are we? Yeah, so I was thinking I might buy a couple more, and there are drill holes in here, so the product can still go through, although here there's not really any drill holes, just one that I shouldn't have done. But yeah, so that's your 2 buckets joint. You've got the cross member, and then we've got holes along here for when you're adding material and sieving it down. But what I might do is I might order 4 more of these, and they're pretty cheap. They're only something like $5 at Bunnings. And also if I order them, it gives me something to do one of these bloody boring lockdown days, go for a walk to Bunnings and back, which is 5 kilometres. So walk off a couple of last night's beers and get something good. So yeah, so I might order those and do like a little cross member situation here, so when I'm sorting that, they can grab the black sands. And as I said, I know it works because I've used it before, and that way I'll have less heavies going into here and I'll have better quality pay dirt. So as I say, I always find something kind of a little bit interesting when I go for a walk, just something to keep the mind ticking over, which is what we all need at this point of time. But this is actually quite useful too, and still trying to think of a dry blowing arrangement for come summer when the creek's down. Keep in mind I've got a metal detector. I might not even bother going to any of the creeks over that time. I might just get out, use the metal detector, and have a different kind of experience prospecting. So we got that to look forward to, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Got a couple of batches of pay dirt coming. Got 2 coming from WA, but to be honest, I think the WA pay dirt's pretty boring because it's really like red dust, and yeah, the gold stands out pretty good, but really it's not like when you're at Slaty's Creek and you've got different size gravels and ironstone and pyrite and all the other stuff that goes into the creek that makes it interesting when you finally get to see the gold. With the WA stuff, it's rust red soil and the gold stands out, and it's pretty cool to get it, but it's not much of a challenge. So although it's always fun to get a little bit of gold, challenge wise it's not much of a challenge. But I'll take it. It's something to look forward to, and that's what we all need. And I think about 5 weeks from now, we're getting near the end of October. Yeah, about 5 weeks from now, we might all be able to leave the city and go for a bit of prospecting. I've got the feeling the old creek's going to be busy then. So anyway, we'll have just one more quick look at this guy. Like I said, it's basically just an old laundry basket. I'm not quite sure why it had the mesh in it. Maybe you were meant to put your stuff in and just let it type of dry off in the basket. Maybe someone will know, they can tell me in the comments. But for what this was for free, I already had the core flute, a couple of zip ties, a couple of small bolts just to attach this, little bit of gaffer tape. We've also some silicone run underneath it. I already had the ruler. I ended up buying another one from Bunnings, 2 rulers for $5 it was, so that once again gave me an excuse to go for a nice long walk on a sunny day. And yeah, there you go. There's your little sorting, I don't know, what we call it, sorting container. There's probably a better term, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, pretty handy. And it'll all tuck away quite nicely in the van. That's what I do like about the Bunnings buckets. They kind of sit in each other, and I can put some food in these guys as well in the back of the van, so it's double purpose. And this guy here, it's not bad, but you're not talking big amounts of material when you use it, so you'd want to know you've got some good stuff. And also, because it's so fine, whatever you're tipping out after it goes through the sieve, you might want to put your pinpointer or metal detector onto it, or maybe even pan it off, just to make sure you're not throwing away anything that's bigger and worth keeping. And this guy here, well, we'll flatten that out and sit him over the 2 of them as a joiner, and yeah, there's your gold sorting system for not much cost, for what was literally $10. So yeah, it's always cool to get a cheapie. And my battery's about to run out, so I better finish this and just tell you all to stay well and enjoy the day. And don't begrudge our next 5 days of rain. It means the creeks are going to come up, the snow will soon start melting, and yeah, it'll all be still going pretty good when we get back to it in November. Enjoy your day. Cheers.